Right now, live at 5, it's more back and forth in Wisconsin over the mask mandate. Now the state's highest court is weighing in. And in Minneapolis, the trial of Derek Chauvin continues as more witnesses testify to what they saw during George Floyd's arrest. Plus, why protesters have chained themselves to the Wells Fargo building in downtown Duluth. And later,
a summer that's a bit more normal, how festival leaders are preparing.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. The Wisconsin Supreme Court struck down Governor Tony Evers' mask mandate this morning, continuing the back and forth this statewide order has experienced since the first order went into effect in late July. You'll remember state Republicans voted to repeal the mask mandate back in January, but Evers quickly reissued it. Now today, in a 4-3 vote, the court said any public health emergency the governor issues is only valid for 60 days unless he gets legislative approval. A tough task for the Democratic governor in a state where Republicans control both the state assembly and the Senate. Evers said today he was very disappointed in the decision.
We're getting vaccinations in people's arms as quickly as possible, but we need to balance that with mitigation. So I'm disappointed with the ruling, but I'm asking the people of Wisconsin, continue on doing what you're doing.
Wisconsin Republicans also shared their thoughts today. The state Senate Majority Leader credited the court for blocking what he called an abuse of power. Today's decision repealed the mask mandate immediately. It was supposed to expire on Monday. Wisconsin counties and cities can still enforce their own mask mandates. That includes Superior, where their requirement will last through at least April 30th. In a statement today, Superior Mayor Jim Payne called the decision to end the statewide mask mandate premature. He added that trends show the end of the pandemic is in sight, but only if people keep wearing masks and getting vaccinated. There was no immediate word if Superior leaders plan to extend their local mandate beyond the end of April. And today, the Sawyer County Health Department also urged residents to keep wearing masks. They encouraged business owners to require them in their buildings. They cited variants of the virus, which can spread more easily, and rising case numbers in their county. Amid a recent COVID outbreak, Ely Public Schools are handing out saliva test kits to families. You can pick up a free kit at the Washington Elementary School front doors tomorrow. They'll be open from 7:50 a.m. to 3 p.m. Also, due to the outbreak, the elementary, middle, and high schools have moved back to distance learning for 2 weeks. School officials hope that reset and the free tests will stop the virus from spreading further. In continuing coverage tonight, it is day 3 of the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who faces murder and manslaughter charges for the death of George Floyd. The prosecution continued laying out its case, including playing new video from the day he died. CBS News correspondent Michael George reports from outside the courthouse in Minneapolis.
An emotional moment in court as witness Charles McMillian broke down in tears after seeing the video of officers forcing George Floyd into a squad car.
I feel helpless. I don't have a mama either, but I understand him.
McMillian came upon the scene last May and pleaded with George to comply with police. The court took a recess so he could compose himself. Prosecutors also played new video for the jury, captured inside a neighborhood store, where Floyd was accused of giving cashier Christopher Martin a counterfeit $20 bill.
After he left, did you look at the bill again?
I did.
What was the store policy about cashiers accepting $20 bills?
If you took a counterfeit bill, you would have to pay for it out of your money or your paycheck. I was planning to just put it on my tab until I second-guessed myself, and as you can see in the video, I kept examining it, and then I eventually told my manager.
Defense attorney Eric Nelson questioned Martin about Floyd's demeanor.
And you formed the opinion that Mr. Floyd was under the influence of something.
Correct.
The trial was briefly halted today when one of the jurors flagged the judge, saying she felt sick. After a 20-minute break, she took the stand to say she had a stress-related reaction. Prosecutors also played a cell phone video taken by Christopher Belfry, who started recording the initial encounter between the officers, Floyd, and his friends.
One officer drew a handgun and opened the door and pointed the gun at whoever was in the driver's seat.
The trial is expected to last up to 4 weeks. Michael George, CBS News, Minneapolis.
The most serious charge, second-degree murder, carries a maximum sentence of 40 years in prison. And back here in Duluth earlier today, protesters chained themselves to the Wells Fargo building in downtown Duluth, speaking out against a major pipeline replacement project. The group is opposed to Enbridge's ongoing work on Line 3. Police responded around 11:20 this morning. 2 protesters used a bike lock to attach themselves to the outside doors, stopping anyone from going inside. The protesters tell us they're against Wells Fargo and their investments in the Line 3 project, which they claim could lead to environmental impacts along the route from Alberta to Superior.
Because we're demanding divestment today. Wells Fargo is economically invested in tar sands, which is what overarchingly we are against.
Police told the protesters to leave. They removed themselves from the doors, but firefighters had to cut the bike locks. Duluth's fire chief says he's thankful the protest was overall peaceful and no one was hurt.
Well, I think the protest itself was peaceful. Of course, we certainly don't condone locking doors. That's definitely a fire safety hazard, a public safety, just in general, public safety hazard.
After the lock was cut, the bank was back open to the public, and police say no one was arrested. Enbridge has been saying all along that fixing the pipeline will help keep communities along the route safe. In a statement today, they say the project has passed all of the rigorous permitting process and that the company has shown ongoing respect for tribal sovereignty. Just a few hours ago, President Biden laid out a massive infrastructure plan described as one of the most ambitious federal spending proposals in American history. The administration's goal is to modernize the nation's road, airports, and even aging schools. But lawmakers are expected to clash over how to pay for it. We'll have more on that coming up later tonight. Dave's here now for a first check of the weather. Dave, I was just telling you earlier this morning, at least up in my neck of the woods, there was a little bit of snowfall.
Yeah, that should finally fade away. That low pressure system is finally out of range, but Canadian high pressure has taken over in its wake, and that sent temperatures down into the single digits for a lot of towns this morning, and will do so again tomorrow morning. Live look, we're taking a look at Robinson Lake outside of Ely because yesterday everyone's talk was on ice out coming early for some lakes. Well, looking at this lake up north, it doesn't look too out as far as the ice goes, and that process is slowing down because of this cold snap that should linger through tomorrow morning. Taking a look at the Doppler map for right now, those showers of snow that Kristen mentioned earlier today have now slipped over towards the Upper Peninsula and are migrating to the east. Canadian high pressure clearing things up and cooling things down, and that means I think here in the Twin Ports we're going to drop our low temp to about 10, and we're warmer by the lake, single digits possible inland. But tomorrow afternoon we do go back up to 40, which is normal. After that, a warm spell. We'll talk about when that's going to hit in full force in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, if you're not sure what to grab for dinner tonight, one local sandwich shop is donating all of their sales to charity. We'll have more on that as we go around the Northland after the break.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
Hey Northland, Link RV has just opened a brand new 18,000 square foot service and parts facility to meet all your RV needs. With 12 service bays and our brand new parts showroom, we're sure to have everything you're looking for. Link RV, our reputation is everything.
years, I developed an investing strategy that continues to deliver unstoppable prosperity. Hi, everyone. I'm Charles Payne. As a young man from Harlem, I had nothing. I used the stock market to create my wealth. I know how Wall Street works. I've lived it as both a stockbroker and market analyst. Over time, I developed my own unique investing strategy that's beaten the market through both record-breaking bull runs and, yes, even those inevitable crashes and corrections. In my new book, I show you exactly how I do it. And today, I'd like to give you a free copy so you can learn to create your own unstoppable prosperity.
Just cover delivery to receive Charles Payne's new book absolutely free. Call 800-882-2255 or go to unstoppableprosperity.com right now and you'll also get his new DVD for free. So don't wait. Call 800-882-2255 or go to unstoppableprosperity.com now. That's unstoppableprosperity.com.
Questions about the COVID-19 vaccine? Now there's an information center to provide the details you need. Get local vaccine information and the latest from the CDC, all at CBS3Duluth.com. When it matters most, turn to live, local CBS3.
COVID-19 vaccines are bringing hope and questions. This is why we're bringing understanding to the challenge of vaccinating America. Ongoing coverage on CBS News.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over Duluth tonight as that roller coaster weather continues as we hit the midweek mark. Dave will be in with your full forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. A sweet Easter giveaway coming up on Friday, and a business in Superior is celebrating its 13th anniversary tomorrow. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start at Jersey Mike's in Duluth tonight, and today is their 11th annual nationwide Day of Giving. All locations, including the 56 locations across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and South Dakota, are giving 100% of their sales to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Upper Plains region. Throughout the month of March, the food chain collects donations and then tops it off on the final day with the nationwide Day of Giving. Since starting the campaign back in 2011, Jersey Mike's has donated more than $32 million for hundreds of charities across the U.S. Next, we head to Two Harbors, where a local senior living community is giving away something sweet for Easter weekend. Starting Friday at 1 o'clock, you can drive by the Waterview Shores Senior Living Community Building and pick up a free pie. No reservations are needed, but the number of pies is limited, and only one pie will be given per car. And we'll wrap up tonight in Superior, Wisconsin, where tomorrow a local business is celebrating its 13th anniversary. World of Wheels Skate Center will be hosting its 13th birthday party from 5 to 7:30 tomorrow night. They will host giveaways and drawings throughout the night, and there will be free birthday cake and, of course, discounted admission tickets. Admission and rentals will only be $6, and no passes will be accepted. You can visit their website for more on their new after-school rates and hours. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, with summertime not too far away, how Bayfront Festival Park is gearing up for upcoming events and concerts. We'll tell you in just a few minutes.
Thanks to Canadian high pressure, today's temperatures were well below normal for the low and the high, which meant 12 in the Twin Ports and 26 for the top temp here. The normals are 24 and 41. We will get closer to normal tomorrow for the high, but tomorrow morning's low could be even cooler than it was today. We'll talk about that low temp ride coming up here in just a minute or two.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We have a lot of news today.
Watch Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel on CBS This Morning. Weekday mornings only on CBS.
Shop Arrowhead Supply now and get some of our most popular stressless designs for less. Save $500 on a stressless wing recliner in our best-selling Paloma grade leather and up to 20% on select sofas now.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
If it's important to our nation,
the country is facing yet another unprecedented crisis.
it's on Face the Nation.
Were there COVID deniers in the White House?
Making politics make sense.
What do you think happened here?
The why behind the biggest stories. Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan on CBS.
Northwest Outlet is your ARE truck topper headquarters.
A summer that's a bit more normal, how festival leaders are preparing.
We're learning more about the new housing option for those experiencing homelessness in the Twin Ports.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3. CBS3 weather is brought to you by Lake Superior College. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
All right, this morning's low temperatures dipped into the single digits for a couple of towns. So March may not be going out like a lamb or a lion, more like a polar bear, at least briefly. Let's go in and take a look at our favorite towns. And from International Falls down through Big Fork, swinging from Bemidji, then towards Hibbing, it was only 9 above. Oh, double digits, though, for Ely and Orr and Silver Bay, Grand Rapids. Oh, hot spots, 16, Moose Lake and Solon Springs. Twin Ports here closer to the lake. West Duluth and parts of Superior, 12, 17 Hayward, 17 Ashland. That's on the warmer side, but still cooler than normal. Same deal for the numbers that fell into the Upper Peninsula this morning, 16 to 19 there. Now we're doing it again tomorrow morning. And even the Twin Ports could now get even closer to the single digits, teetering around at about 10. But by tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to warm up. It's the beginning of a warm spell that takes us in the other direction for the weekend. Right now, 26 degrees is the current temp at the airport in Duluth. 43% is the relative humidity reading, and we have a northwest wind going 14 miles per hour, but that has been cut in half from yesterday, so the really gusty winds have slacked off. Some gusts were getting into the 40s, 50s, even 60s yesterday. Air pressure right now going towards the high side, 30.38 inches of mercury, and that's because the high pressure system coming into our region is from Canada, so the air is dense and it's cold as well. Cold enough for a 21 reading in Watersmeet, 22 for Ironwood. A little bit warmer in Wisconsin, 28 from La Pointe to 30 in Superior. And we have 30 in Moose Lake, but a hair cooler towards Cloquet. Up the North Shore, we're looking at the 20s. Same deal for the Iron Ranges and Border Country. And again, like I mentioned tonight, overnight low temps interior Minnesota could drop into the single digits. Perilously low to below zero readings for a couple of towns as well. So we'll show you who that's going to be in just a bit. Current temperatures, like we mentioned, getting close to 30 in Wisconsin. And we may be close to 40 by tomorrow. So an improvement there. Doppler map, it shows higher pressure from Canada sinking down to the south off towards our west, still within range to help bring cooler air into our region. So Thursday should come up sunny and start to warm up after that chilly start tomorrow morning. Then, because of another high farther to the west, we are going to warm up. By Friday, we start to push our temperatures into the 50s, and for the weekend, I think we're going to get the 60s. Then by Monday and Tuesday, well, finally, this low-pressure system could come to call, and we get some rain, 30 to 40% chances there come the start of the next work week. Let's take a look now at the forecast for low temps tonight in Minnesota, where, yeah, we could go from 2 in Hibbing to maybe 15 on Park Point. For Wisconsin and Michigan, a narrower range, but still brisk, 8 to 11. Clear to partly cloudy sky tonight, and then a mostly sunny sky tomorrow, thanks to the highs. High temps, Wisconsin, Michigan, start to go back to normal, 40 to 43. Same deal for Minnesotans, upper 30s towards Grand Marais, but low 40s for the rest of us. And then come Friday, like I mentioned, we'll go towards the 50s. Crack into the 60s for Saturday and Sunday. Looks like a beautiful weekend. Then Monday and Tuesday, 30 to 40% chances for rain showers, and then a descent in temperatures again by midweek next week, back towards 50.
All right, thanks, Dave. A lakefront park in Ashland is now back open to the public. Last night, the City Council approved an agreement to take control of Queer Park for the first time since 2012. The project site was once a highly industrialized area as crews made changes that they hope will minimize erosion. Now it's been turned into a recreation area. For many years, the offshore area was restricted to boaters. Visitors can now use the area for fishing and other water activities. For some people, concerts in the park are the highlight of summer. 2020 canceled virtually all large events because of COVID. As we inch closer to the end of the pandemic, outdoor event venues are busy booking their band lineups for 2021. CBS 3's Kendall Jarbo explains how Bayfront Festival Park is preparing for the summer concert season.
This is the scene many remember of concerts at Bayfront. While the park was empty for most of 2020, event leaders are preparing for a busy summer season. For the 2021 season, Bayfront Park in Duluth already has 34 event days booked, with more in the works. For comparison, at their peak in 2019, they hosted more than 40 events. After a year of cancellations and financial devastation, this is progress for the park. Event leaders plan on serving food and drinks responsibly and are optimistic about people having a good time.
So all of those things will contribute to a safe environment when we have people down here. But we're looking forward to that sun coming up, the boats sailing behind us, and music emanating from the park.
Bayfront's festival season traditionally kicks off the weekend of Grandma's Marathon. This year's lineup will feature a mixture of classic events and new additions. Bayfront Park will follow state safety guidelines, so they'll enforce social distancing if required.
Thanks, Kendall. Coming up at 6, we hear more about the event's Bayfront plans to hold, plus another popular outdoor concert venue in Washburn shares how they're preparing for the summer season. Still to come, the Supreme Court took up a case that could change how NCAA athletes are compensated. We have more on that after the break.
You don't need a reason to grab the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. With 100% all-white meat chicken strips, golden fries, warm pepper gravy, and oh yeah, 7 fluffy mini biscuits. But if you do want a reason, mini biscuits turn any meal into a mini celebration all on their own. Hooray for mini biscuits, part of the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
At UCare, we have something to say to all our members, new and old. Thanks for choosing UCare, giving us more reasons to keep moving forward and doing what we do best, answering questions and helping members make the most of their plan benefits. Because we're simplifiers, decomplicators, and, well, figure-outers. Call or go online. We're here for you. Hey, we're always around somewhere.
Looking for a new garage? Maybe a home or cabin shell? Call Economy Garages to make your visions a reality. With over 40 years experience and over 9,000 buildings built for your friends and neighbors, you can trust us to get the job done right.
Call Economy Garages when you want it done right.
With the Dish Anywhere app, you can watch what you want, where you want, at no extra charge.
Kids, bedtime.
Which is a good thing, because life is full of little surprises.
Ready to what?
Even when there's an unexpected change in venue. Watch what you want, where you want, on up to 5 devices, at no extra charge. Dish, tuned in to you.
How could you not tell me you were having marriage problems? I could have fixed it.
From Afghanistan?
It's not the moon. We have Wi-Fi. I have been in many life and death moments with you. You always knew what to do.
When I was in uniform, I was doing something important.
I wish you'd reconsider coming to work for me.
I want to be the guy whose dad had to give him a job. And it just seems kind of pathetic.
You're living in my garage. It's already pathetic.
This is truly an unprecedented situation.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
It's so hard in this difficult time. Personal space doesn't feel like mine. Put on a mask when we go out. Look out for each other, that's what it's about. let's pick apart, speed apart, our safety is key, there is no doubt.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCoppel, weekday mornings on CBS.
While most brackets submitted to March Madness pools are in sad shape by this stage of the tournament, the NCAA will come out a winner, netting more than $1 billion in revenue this year, much of it from the men's and women's basketball tournaments. Natalie Brand is in Washington, where the Supreme Court is taking up a case that could change the way student athletes are compensated.
NCAA athletes took their fight to the Supreme Court, arguing they should receive more money from their schools. Former men's and women's athletes are fighting to remove a cap on education benefits such as computers, science equipment, and musical instruments.
There are life-changing benefits for these athletes that will be provided.
But the NCAA says the current benefits are enough to cover the athlete's education.
You're not being paid to play if you receive an allowance for the actual and necessary expenses of your education.
The NCAA also argues the extra benefits would fundamentally change amateur athletics.
It's a tough case for me. And the reason it's so tough is, for me, is because this is not an ordinary product. This is an effort to bring into the world something that's brought joy and all kinds of things to millions and millions of people.
Some justices questioned whether the NCAA and its member schools are breaking antitrust laws.
Schools are conspiring with competitors, agreeing with competitors, I'll say that, to pay no salaries to the workers who are making the schools billions of dollars, on the theory that consumers want the schools to pay their workers nothing.
The court is not expected to issue its ruling until late June. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The NCAA is working on new rules that would allow student athletes to make money on their own. The name, image, and likeness rules would open the door for students to receive endorsements, sponsorship deals, and make personal appearances.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the new video revealed in Derek Chauvin's murder trial. For the first time, we learned what happened leading up to George Floyd's death from inside the store. Plus, our series, Women in the Pandemic. We go inside a vaccine research lab with one of the female pioneers trying to bring an end to the COVID crisis. And a happy update to our story on military hunger, how you, our viewers, helped families in need. It's a story you don't want to miss tonight on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. If you're 50 or older, ask your doctor about screening options.
Home Furniture's two-day sale previews noon Thursday. Get up to 10% off sale prices Friday and Saturday, plus zero down, no interest financing for 12 months, and free no-contact shipping. The two-day sale Friday and Saturday, preview Thursday at Home Furniture.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I must give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Why do nearly 1 million businesses choose Stamps.com to mail and ship? No more trips to the post office. No more paying full price for postage. And great rates from USPS and UPS. Mail letters. Ship packages. Anytime, anywhere. For less. A lot less. Get our special TV offer. A 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/save and never go to the post office again.
Hi, Gayle King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters, really. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
Home Seasonal Concepts is now open with the largest selection of outdoor furniture on sale. Plus, get a free fabric upgrade on custom or special order cushions and slings from Homecrest Outdoor Living and Tropitone. And free no-contact garage drop shipping. Now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We have a lot of news today.
Watch Gayle King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel on CBS This Morning. Weekday mornings only on CBS.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Wednesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story, and we'll see what's coming up tonight at 6. Tonight at 5, we heard from Wisconsin political leaders on this morning's Supreme Court decision to end Wisconsin's mask mandate. The court said any public health emergency the governor issues is only valid for 60 days, unless he gets legislative approval. And coming up tonight at 6, Twin Ports' aim is moving forward with building yurts to help house those who are homeless. Tonight we're hearing from them about why they feel this is a solution to a growing problem. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We hope to see you right back here at 6.